Hello and welcome back to Spirit Island. Had a request in the comments of the last video to try out the Rituals of Terror scenario, so I'm gonna give it a try. The way Rituals of Terror works, this is one of the scenarios that they say increases difficulty rather than making it even. That's worth noting. The way it works is there are a lot of rules. You can pause and read them overall if you want to. But basically, to summarize, we don't get our terror cards as soon as we earn them. Our fear cards as soon as we earn them. Instead, we have to perform a ritual. In order to perform the ritual, we have to get at least 3 Dahan per player into one space. We need to have at least 3 total presents there and at least 1 from each spirit. And then we need to spend 3 total energy and destroy 3 total presents there, and then all the Dahan leave that land. When we do that, we immediately go up to the next terror level, so 2, 3, or win, and then we resolve all of the waiting fear cards at that higher level. So basically, one option we have with this is to just ignore it. And ignoring it makes the game a little bit more difficult because you don't get any of your fear cards. Probably straight up ignoring it is not going to be possible or wise because you never get to fear level 2 if you do that, which means you have to kill all the explorers to win, which is a pretty tall order. But it is, it's pretty difficult to get 6 Dahan into one place early on, and sacrificing presents sucks, especially if you're going to go into Blighted Island, which makes you lose presents too. So you definitely don't want to try to do it too early. Obviously, if you do it 3 times, you win, which means if you get a setup of major powers or something like that that makes it pretty easy to do it regularly, you might just be able to get away with just doing it. If you've done it once, just do it 2 more times in successive turns, survive, and win the game. The advantage of it is that you do get... The level 1 fear cards are really weak, and you never resolve any fear cards at level 1 because all the early fear cards build up until you do the ritual the first time, then you get them all at level 2. Level 2 fear cards are pretty good, so that's kind of nice. As it notes on here, it's harder... It's easier if you have spirits with strong movement like Thunder Speaker. I'm not going to play Thunder Speaker for this, both because I expect to play Thunder Speaker pretty regularly as it gets harder because I feel comfortable with them, and also because, it seems like a sort of an obvious thing to do and I want to try out some other folks. I do think Spread of Rampant Green is also a spirit that makes Rituals of Terror easier because you can replace your destroyed presence without having to get... Blazing Renewal, you just get to do it with your special rules. But I think if you can't replace the presence, it gets just really hard to do it. So this seems like an okay balance to me. I suspect Spread of Rampant Green plus Thunder Speaker is easy mode for this one, just because you can start, once you get to the point where you start doing the rituals, wanting to do the rituals, it's not very hard to arrange to do it. I think running one of the 2 is sort of a reasonable compromise, and then I'm going to bring Lightning Swift Strike because I think it's a fun one that we haven't seen recently. I don't want to go too high in the difficulty with this because I don't want to outpace the level 6s of the other adversaries, which I haven't done videos on yet. But since I had a request for this scenario particularly, and we haven't seen a scenario yet, I'm going to go for it. Yeah, that's basically my Rituals of Terror analysis. Oh, the other thing that's weird and worth noting about Rituals of Terror is that this doesn't scale up with the number of spirits. So if you have 4 spirits, you still only have to collectively spend 3 energy and destroy 3 of the presents total, which is interesting. Maybe it just turns out that obviously getting 12 Dahan into a land is going to be much harder than 6. You can get 6 pretty easily with just 1 card if you get Rapid Wings of Sunlight or something, whereas 12 is a real lot. And ditto, this gets harder with more spirits, so maybe they balance it out by not scaling this up. I don't know, but worth noting. It could be that 3 is a sweet spot rather than 2 for it, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. It seems like it'd be really hard to do with 1, because you got to get... No spirit ever wants to get 3 presence into a land, really, and you have to, pay 3 out of yours 1, but then again, you only have to get 3 Dahan. Anyway, who knows? Let's give it a go. I just sort of randomly picked the starting boards. I maybe should have paid more attention, but I didn't. I've been working on some of my other projects, so I haven't played a lot recently, so we'll see if this just goes off the rails very quickly. Okay, so we got the Wetland Explorer. Looks pretty doable. We can plan to defend 2 here next turn. We can potentially blow up the village they build here this turn. Is that going to work? We can put a place of... Yeah, that seems fine. So we put this here to set up for next turn, and then we'll do this. This and this. That gets us Creeper Terrace into Mortar and Stem, which will stop here, and then we'll just plan to defend here, there, Dahan here, so that'll be good. In terms of... I mean, I guess the other option we could think about is whether we want to do... We could stem next turn, and we could do this. Let's think about that, actually. Because at some point we're going to get Lightning's Boon, and Lightning's Boon would let us use stem and creepers at fast, which means that we can just let them build here and then blow it up. If we were to do that, we'd be looking at doing Field Choke with growth this turn in order to, like... What's the benefit here? So the thing, I guess what we want to do is we probably want to shatter homesteads here. We can't do shatter and storm, right? Because we can't get enough energy. But I guess we could do... I guess we could also do... The other option is we could Lightning's Boon this turn. We could set up a place of power here, burn everything there, burn this at fast, and then we could shatter homesteads. What's the range on shatter homesteads? 2. So then we could shatter this homestead at the start of next turn. I sort of like that. I think that leaves us getting everything. Everything's a good amount of things to get. So let's just make sure, but go this way, I guess. So then we do this, and that would let us do Stem the Flow. So what we do is we blow up this village. Oh, then they rebuild this village is the problem. And so we have to do something about it next turn, but we can just burn a presence if we feel like it. It still gets us not ravaged. Or I guess the other option is we could... We've got a Dahan here, though, so we'd rather not lose the Dahan. And we're going to have a presence here. Oh, we could defend out of here. So we could actually end up with places of power here and here next turn. But either way, we want to save this. So we'll probably just burn one of these next turn, and that'll be fine to prevent the Ravage. At that point, I guess there's not as much point in blowing this thing up at fast this turn. What if we push it at fast? Does that, like... significantly help anything? It doesn't because... right? Well... No, because we can't make 3 things fast. I guess we could... If we did 1 damage to everything here, then fasting just Creeper's Tear into Mortar. Huh. So what if we did this? So then we could make Creeper's Tear into Mortar fast and Field's Choke with Growth fast. What that would do is we'd do Raging Storm here. That would leave this with 1 health left, which means fast Creepers would blow it up. And then we could push this out before it gets a chance to build with... We'd push the village it builds out. Well, that'd be fine too. We'd push the village that this thing builds out, and then this guy will just die in the Ravage. And that doesn't actually need to happen at fast, but that's okay. We could also do this at fast, but it's not obvious to me what that really does to benefit us exactly. But, like... Yeah, because clearing this whole place... I mean, we could also just, like... We could also do this. Oh, no, because then we don't get... Yeah, then we don't get Creeper's Tear into Mortar. Yeah, I think I like this. This looks good. And, you know, it's always nice to get Gift Proliferation out. I assume we want to unlock the second energy here. We're probably going to unlock the... No, because the third card play... What do the growths look like on this thing? We could double grow next turn into the third energy. I mean, the third card play is not going to do us any good until we reclaim, and we're not reclaiming next turn. We're probably going to try to double grow next turn. Double growing into the third energy is pretty tempting. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's go here. Okay. We're going to want another place of power to shatter homesteads out of, but we're going to grow a bunch next turn, so it's fine. So there's that. So then Lightning Boon here, Raging Storm here, Creeper's Tear into Mortar here blows it up. We don't actually want to use Fields at fast. We don't actually care about this, but sure. Okay. And so then they build. And so we're going to push this into presumably the mountains or maybe the desert. Sands is probably better. And now we're going to set up a place of... we're already in range, actually. We're gonna shatter homesteads on this. We're going to defend on this, and we're going to be good. And then we'll be able to push some Dahan around, which is nice. We might do that at slow so that we can get out these things into, like, here. That seems like a pretty reasonable thing to do. I think we want to double grow here. It's sort of tempting to just single grow and get the third card play and a big burst of energy. But I think I'd rather get a place of power like here. And then we have a 3 coming next turn. So we're going to have a lot of stuff. But, you know, it might be nice to get a place of power going. The nice thing about unlocking the third card play and the bunch of energy is that we could get something sweet next turn and play it. But I don't think I actually want to major with my first energy thing anyway, because there's nothing I guess replacing Raging Storm would be okay, but it's actually pretty nice. I mean, if you team Raging Storm up with Stem the Flow of Fresh Water, you just get to clear a mountain or sand of everything smaller than a city, which is pretty nice. I mean, there's some good value to that. There are a couple of places where that would be quite good. It could be that card play energy is still... I don't know how excited I'm going to be to have a third card play after the reclaim. Generally pretty, because being able to get Thundering Destruction is nice. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Yeah, Yeah, we're going to do this. This makes it more likely that we'll be able to get our Thundering Destruction going. I don't think it's really important to colonize over here. What we'll aim to do is reclaim and then double grow. I guess if we're going to do that, though... Hold on. The question is, without the burst energy... No, so, like, we could double grow, then we'd get the third energy once we get gifted again, but, like, I think we're better off just being sure that we can play 3 cards next turn. That just seems more important to me. Okay, so we'll do that, and then here we need to get a place of power. Actually, we can... Place of power here is fine. So maybe we still want to go here just because... Yeah, I think we still want to go here. And so we do this and this, and then that'll get us our second card play for real. I think we want the 2 energy before we start going for the third card play too aggressively. We're just going to go straight card play after this, probably. And then we'll get... So we're going to blow... We're going to shatter this. We're going to... we're going to all-enveloping green this. Then we'll blow up what gets built here with the stem creeper combo, and that'll leave just this, this, and this. I mean, okay, fine. That'll leave plenty. Okay. I guess... The other option is we could... Maybe we want to... So... One thing I'm thinking is... This is the place we'd most likely like to defend next turn, because we'll get blighted here. If we lose here, we'll lose a Dahan, which is too bad. But, like... better than getting blighted. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the double stack here, use that to target the defense into here. We can use it to defend here if we want to, or whatever. Well, we can use it to, we can still use it to burn this house here, but then I'm also going to put a presence here so that I can target the defense into here next turn if I want to, and we could get some Dahan into here to fight it, a Dahan into here to fight it if we want to. I guess maybe we should put this... No, I want to get another place of power for targeting. Okay. This looks good. You know, maybe we don't need to do that because we know we're going to be able to get a fast... You know what? We're not going to get... I'm going back to my original plan. We're not going to get blighted here next turn if we don't want to anyway, because we'll have Shatter Homesteads back. We'll have access to Thundering Destruction if we want it. So we're just going to be able to blow up the house there if we feel like it. I'm not too worried about it. I think we're better off setting up a good... This is just a much more flexible spot for Spread of Rampant Green to have a place of power in. Having them 2 next to each other like that is not going to be great. So, Shatter. Okay. And Overgrow in a Night also... I mean, I guess I also wasn't thinking about the fact that we're going to have Overgrow in a Night, so if I want to put a presence here, I can do it anyway. I guess I probably do. There's probably not a lot of reason not to. We know we're going to want the second card play, so let's just get it. And then Harbingers, I'm probably going to do it slow, because I think we're pretty happy. Like, I guess I could push this person into here, but I'm not sure we care about... I'm not sure we're going to want to push someone into here. Yeah, there's no reason not to wait and get more info on that. We will allow this Ravage. Okay. Womp. Good Ravage. Less good build. We cut off no builds. That's not great. Oh. Okay, so now we have ups and downsides here. The upside is that we are getting hit in places we've already been fighting, so that's good. The downside, yeah, it's mostly downside. The downside being that now we were counting on blowing up villages being enough to save us, and it isn't because we got another explorer in there. Not great, but we're going to get a bunch of new cards to check it out. I might as well get the village here just because it's not clear we're going to get much value anywhere else. As usual, this means we really want to win jungle ravages because we will cut off future builds if we do so. So I'm going to harbinger this one into here. This we could clear out with like a combo of a ping from Spread of Rampant Green plus one damage to all invaders, but this is going to be a little bit rough. We could add a presence here, which would let us blank the ravage here. I don't love it, just because I'd rather kill people, but there's no Dahan there anyway. Defense 2 isn't enough here, though, and it is enough here. Yeesh. Well, we're definitely going to reclaim gain, so we should take a look at our power card options. We're reclaiming gaining both places, so we should look at our power card options. I think we both want miners. We definitely want a miner with Spread of Rampant Green because we're going to have very little energy. Defend 4 in a sands or jungle is pretty good, although Encompassing Ward is looking quite spicy here. Encompassing Warding ourselves would be pretty nice. It would save us here. If we put one here, it would let us... here or here, it would let us use our well, hold on, we only have 2 card plays, right? Oh, we have 2 card plays plus a plant, so no, that means we have to play. The problem is we don't play plant cards, we don't get our inherent defense, which means Encompassing Ward would just let us spread our inherent defense around. This is the only one that has a plant on it, which means we probably basically have to take it, which is too bad because both of these cards are also great. Man, wish we could have spread out some of these hits among some other things, but we don't have to commit until we decide what to do with this. We could take a major here. We're going to have 6 energy. We've got 3 card plays. I guess the other thing is we could... making one of these fast is not really going to help. Call of the Dahan Ways. I mean... you know, replace an explorer with a Dahan would, in fact, save us somewhere. But the problem is playing anything except this. We could also take something planning to play it on a future turn, of course. We could think about Encompassing Ward. Now that's interesting. We could get up to 3 card plays next turn. So we could think about Encompassing Ward and play it, and just plan to play it next turn, because we're going to get ravaged in a lot of places next turn, and we're going to have... wow. Yeah, that's the other option. We'll have to see how much more help we need this turn, but it's pretty tempting to take this and just plan to play it next turn, because we're going to get ravaged in a lot of different places next turn, but they're all basically going to be able to have green presence in them, so we're just going to get a ton, and they're mostly going to be small, or at least all the wetlands will be small, so that'll be just an amazing card next turn. And so then what we'd be talking about doing this turn would be like probably getting, if we got fasted, then yeah, the problem is that there's not, we sort of need more defense this turn, or else we're going to get hit in a lot of these places. Well, we're going to take one of these 2, but we're going to figure out what's up here. Now, what would we be looking for in a major? Let's look. I mean, any of the problem is they're all pretty expensive and generally just address a single land, and that's not what we want right now. So we're just gonna gain a miner. Let's see. This is pretty bad. We would like things with fire on them, fire and air on them ideally. This is the only fire air card, but unfortunately it's very bad. Now, I mean, it's okay. Maybe being fire air makes it worth it in terms of just like, 1 damage per blight, Does it have to target a sand? Or no, it doesn't have to target a mountain or a sand. So, like, 1 damage per blight does something in a couple of these places. Like, it does something here, and it does something here, and these are both places where we're willing to have something done. We can also make it fast with our special ability, which is nice. I don't love it, but, like, you know, this has pretty terrible elements and does nothing, and the targeting is terrible. I mean, nothing isn't quite fair, but it does very little. The targeting is terrible, and it still costs an energy. So that's pretty bad. Gnawing Root Biters is the highest impact of the cards, but I don't think we can take an On Fire card here, because we really want to target to trigger Thundering Destruction. Shadows of the Burning... So it's either Purifying Flame or Shadows of the Burning Forest. Shadows of the Burning Forest is sort of interestingly, like, it pushes an explorer and a village out of a jungle at range 0. We don't have a jungle at range 0. So it's not good this turn. It's potentially good in the future, but it is itself slow and doesn't have an heir. Purifying Flame also does something this turn in terms of, like, we could, if we take out an Explorer somewhere, it actually matters a fair bit. Oh, but it's 1 damage per blight. We could take out an Explorer here, though, for example, and then the 2 defense from Spread of Rampant Green would be enough to deal with it. Yeah, let's do this. And then, so that would mean our play here would be... Raging Storm. We probably like Raging Storm. So we could also team it up with Raging Storm to clear this whole place, which would be pretty good. So we could like Raging Storm, Purifying Flame, and then like Lightning's Boon, because we're gonna want to get, like, we're probably going to want to make some stuff fast over here. That gives us a Thundering Destruction 2, which is nice. The problem remains that, weirdly enough, our problem for once is not being able to kill enough Explorers rather than not being able to kill enough villages. Like, the double Explorer situation is just messed up. And we don't really have an obvious thing to do about that. So right now, we still haven't placed the free presence for green yet either. So like we could just blank this one by sacrificing a presence, which I don't love, but might be where we have to be. But we have to basically clear. Like we could blow up a village here with Thundering Destruction. We get to do everything fast here because this makes itself fast, this makes itself fast, and this makes Thundering Destruction fast. So we'd blow up a village here, and then if green places a... Oh, but in order to be able to defend here, green is going to have to place here, which means that means they won't be able to... Well, but, I mean... So we could just completely clear this with Purifying Flame plus Lightning's Boon. We basically have to play Purifying Flame here one way or another. And if we do Purifying Flame plus Raging Storm, that'll clear it. So we could clear this. Then we could blow up the village here. Green could target defense into here. And we could blank here. That means we get Ravaged here. If we take Drift Down into Slumber, that gives us defense here. We blank this. And then we end up getting Ravaged nowhere. Which... You know, nowhere is a good number of places to get Ravaged. We sort of end up wasting Lightning's Boon, weirdly enough. Because, like, we get to kill... I mean, I guess one thing we could do is we could Overgrow in a Knight plus Stem, and then that would give us a place of power. That would let us add... It's actually really hard to target this. Maybe we don't care about Lightning's Boon this turn. Maybe what we'd want is this. Or even this. We couldn't do this at fast. We couldn't do this at fast. And do this at fast. But that's okay. Then we'd just blow up what they build there. And then Encompassing Ward would do it if we got Encompassing Ward. Encompassing Ward is going to be so good next turn. I'm sort of tempted to let us just lose here in order to get Encompassing Warded next turn. In order to get Encompassing Ward going next turn. I guess in theory we could also just let ourselves lose here. If we're going to lose a presence here anyway, it sort of doesn't matter if we lose it to getting blighted or not. Then we could build up here, lose a second presence. That keeps the Dahan alive, which is nice potentially for next turn. Although they're going to build here. And then we could blow up this village. We could shatter this village with Shatter Homesteads. Or, I guess, if we're going to do that... Okay, I think I'm going to go with the Encompassing Ward play, and... Yeah. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put this here. We're going to play Overgrow, and we're going to play Stem. And then we're gonna use Overgrow to get a place of power here, and then burn down this village. We'll prevent the Ravage here. We'll just let ourselves get ravaged here. But that means that we'll be more placed to fight their next turn. Still gonna be rough. But that's what happens with this. I'm gonna want 3-card plays next turn, and yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go for this plant thing, so we're going to do this. We're going to get booned. We're going to go stem, creepers. Where are we defending to? It's going to be here. Well, hold on. Let's figure this out. Okay, so we're doing this and this. Yeah. And then we do this, and then we defend to here because that'll get those killed and prevent a build. I will prevent the Ravage here to save a Dahan. Is there any reason to allow that build there? Probably not. I mean, we're going to Encompassing Ward, which means that the town won't hurt anything, but, like, we also don't have any Dahan there, so I guess we could potentially get a fast Harbingers next turn to get some Dahan there. Are we going to reclaim next turn? Probably not. It sucks that you don't have any other way to gain a power card with this guy, because it means we're going to have a pretty bad turn next turn. But Gift of Proliferation wouldn't have done anything anyway. I mean, we could reclaim next turn, but we'll be so low on energy, I don't think we want to. Are we going to push Dahan into here? I guess we'd be just as good pushing him into here. That's going to be hard to defend here. We're not going to need to target the defense off of here next turn. I just don't think there's any reason to allow this build and put another village onto the board. We definitely want to allow this build because we'll just kill it for free once we Encompassing Ward. So let's see. We can safely add a village here now, or we can just put it here or here. Let's just put it here. And then we have to put it in one of the sands they're exploring to on this board because everywhere else has a village. That sucks. I don't think there's... I guess we put it here because there's a Dahan here. I don't know. That maybe was wrong. Okay. So, let's see. We are not making any real progress on the Ritual of Terror, worth noting. So, we could think about... We're only going to have 3 energy to play with, which means we could reclaim, but... I mean, it would let us... We could reclaim... Oh, we get an extra energy when we reclaim too. It's actually pretty tempting to just reclaim here, because this is one of the hard ravages. Well, let's see what we can do so far with... let's see what we can do with Spread of Rampant Green. So we get 2 defense everywhere we have our presence. Currently we have presence everywhere we're getting ravaged except here and here. And we're pretty close to winning most of those. So like if we had a presence here, then we could really use, basically we could really use Lightning's Boon this turn, because if we clear out a village in, say, this land, then that gets us to the point where our 2 defense is enough. And then if we also get our defense power, which we can because we'll have a 3rd card play, only have 3 energy. So Encompassing Ward is 1, but then we play like just 2 green cards, so like and like we could play like Encompassing Ward, Gift of Proliferation, Fields Choked with Growth. That would get our defense power. Yeah, that would get our defense power, and it would trigger Creepers tear into Mortar. So but we need Stem the Flow. Right. Well, on the other hand, actually, maybe we're overthinking this. If we just shatter homesteads here, then 2 defense is enough. And then add the 2 defense for our special card, that's enough. So maybe we don't actually need the fast thing. That just leaves this as a problem area, but that's one too many problem areas. Well, we could do... We could get 2 presents. We could presence card play. The card play isn't useful, but the extra presence means we could blank this with our ability. We could also gain a power card and energy and hope that our power card does something better than this. We could even get a major in theory if we're gaining energy. That gives us 3 energy to major, or really we wouldn't have to play Gift of Proliferation, so it would give us 4 energy to major. And we could theoretically make a slow major fast if we reclaimed here, which we were thinking about energy. And anyway, let's do that. Let's get a major. I think that's like we could... I don't want to just hold the ground here. I want to actually get something done. And with blanking it is not going to do that. So we're definitely going to do this. We could get the 4th card play if we're going to get a major. Because we probably want to replace Overgrown a Night anyway, because we're almost done with our tracks. And, I mean, you know, it's fine at getting things back onto the board, I guess. But we could theoretically replace Overgrown a Night or Stem. Yeah, and we're a long way from 3 energy. Okay, we're going to do this. Then we're going to gain a power card and energy and pick a major. Indomitable Claim. See, Indomitable Claim is the kind of thing that I'd be happy to upgrade Overgrown a Night into. If we do that, we can't play Gift of Proliferation this turn, but that's probably okay. We also don't need to get hit by fast. The other option is we could drop the old 4 damage. We could just Cleansing Floods. We can't... No, because we can't afford to Cleansing Floods and do anything else meaningful. Poisoned Land is garbage. Entwined Power is good. Like, we could just take Entwined Power. Entwined Power would get us the higher level of this, but not the highest level of this. Right? Maybe it would get us the highest level of this. 3 water, 5 plant, 1 earth. No, because we don't have the 2nd plant off that track yet, but it'd be close. I mean, I guess we're not... No, we could use it there and get the blade. Anyway, you know, the advantage of Entwined Power would be... It would give us all energy. I think it's probably just Indomitable Claim here. It's really hard to argue with Indomitable Claim. Entwined Power is so good on specifically Spread of Rampant Green, though, because I guess actually Entwined Power... would get us to the second level of Creeper's Tear into Mortar. Yeah. Entwined Power would get us to the second level of Creeper's Tear into Mortar, which... Creeper's Tear into Mortar... Yeah, it's range 0, but it doesn't have to be of a place of power. So that would bail us out there, which means we'd have to make it fast, but we could do that. So if Lightning Swift Strike reclaims, then Entwined Power is good enough. Let's do that. And we'll get rid of Overgrown and Night either way. We can play them all, right? Stop that. Yep. I mean, I guess sensibly, like, if we take... We shouldn't commit... If we're going to reclaim here, we shouldn't commit to taking that until we see what we get here. Although, I think we're just taking a minor here. We just don't have enough energy. Yeah, let's get a minor first. Lore of the Unknown. Wow, Lore of the Unknown is nice. It's got good elements. Yeah, I think it's probably Lore of the Unknown here. Lore of the Unknown would also bail us out this turn. Although I think... Yeah, I mean, this is just a great card to have on. Okay. I guess... Lore of the Unknown is actually absurdly nice because what it'll let us do is pull this guy out into here. Oh no, because there's no green presence there. That's too bad. So we'd use it to pull this thing out into like here. Actually, it doesn't do a lot this turn. We don't need it this turn though, so that's probably okay. Yeah, we just don't need it this turn. Yeah. So we'll get Entwined Power. Entwined Power is going to give us some strong stuff going forward. So let's see. I think this is going to be okay. Let's see how it works. What we need is Lightning's Boon to get this thing. Is this kicked? Yeah. Kicked Entwined Power is serious business. I like it. So then one option is we could get Raging Storm if we want to, if we play a 0 on top of it, so we could like do the push in the Raging Storm. Raging Storm doesn't really do anything though because all the sands already have stuff in them. So we're probably just going to Shatter Homesteads instead. Although, wait, hold up. So, I mean, Shatter Homesteads is just always going to be good, and Raging Storm is not. So, yeah. So let's see. And I don't think... I mean, I guess we could run Purifying Flame instead of Harbingers of the Lightning. I think we'd probably just rather move some Dahan around. Moving these Dahan into here would be valuable because it would clear these guys out, which would be good. Yeah, this looks good. So we Encompassing Ward ourselves, and then we get Lightning Spooned, and so then we'll do this here twice. We're okay here, we're okay here, we're okay here. We need to clear out a building here, and we need to clear out a building here. We could just Shatter Thundering Destruction would just take care of it. We could also push one and then shatter, but I don't think it really matters, like, which one we blow up and which one we push. It's not immediately obvious to me that this makes any difference. Oh, I guess we can't... Yeah, we can target this with Shatter, so that's fine. And then we're fine for this Ravage, so that's good. These guys aren't going to die, which is too bad. This guy's not going to die. We're going to have a, you know... I think we might as well Harbingers... Oh, we want to do this in a different order. If we're going to Harbingers into here, we want to do it before we blow up the village to get our free fear. Not that it really matters that much, especially in this. So that's good. And Entwined Power. I think we'll each just get a minor here. So this is what Lightning Swift Strike is gaining. I think it's probably got to be Elemental Boon, which is just a great card. Let's just do that. And then we can get Enticing Splendor on green. Maybe we want... Let's think about this a little bit more, just because, like... No, we really want to be able to get both red. Like this is just such a demanding power that I think we'd rather have Elemental Boon on lightning. And then we'll get Enticing Splendor here because it has a green on it. We don't really need everything to have a green on it. But we have a lot of lands without Blight. It's going to be as good as any of these other cards. The only other one really worth thinking about is this one, because it gets better if you get it faster. But, well, This gathers 2 Dahan. This gathers 3 Dahan or does 1 damage per Dahan. I guess the other option we could think about is we could just get Enticing Splendor. We could just get Call to Bloodshed on Lightning Swift Strike, and then take Enticing Splendor on green and just ignore Elemental Boon, because we're actually doing okay on our elements for now. I sort of like that, actually. Call to Bloodshed teams up very well with, like, Raging Storm. It works well with the special rules here. Both of these Dahan Gatherers provide us with something we need. Let's do that. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, and now we can trade powers around if we want. I don't particularly think we want. Like, I could give Enticing Splendor to Lightning, which is... No, because it doesn't have a red on an orange on it, so I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I think we'll just skip. Oh, we could also gift. So, like, we could give... None of these have green and blue. No, we're fine. Okay, and then do I want to Fields it fast? Yeah, I might as well prevent a build. Let's push out of here into... Be harmless here, but it wouldn't die. I wish I could push it into somewhere it would die. I wish we had either a green presence here or a... Yeah, but such is life. Gift of Proliferation. Let's get a 4th card play. We've got a lot of cheap, good cards there. And then maybe we'll double grow into this next turn, but either way, we'll get a 4th card play. Might as well go here. I guess we could think about going out this way. Maybe we want to think about going out this way, actually. Yeah, let's do this. And then where do we need defense to? Wait, we don't? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Darn it. Time to go a whole way back. Oh, we can't go. That sucks. That sucks. That's too bad. I screwed that up. Now we're going to waste our defend to... Ooh, not necessarily, though, actually. We could use Fields. Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. This is like not ideal, but oh, we can target here? Why can we target here? Why is this in range 1 of a place of power? Oh, because we can Entwined Power lets us target off of each other this turn. So I can actually give defense 4 here, and then I can push this thing into here where it will in fact die in the Ravage. Okay. That's fine. Just like so confused by what was going on there. But that's cool. It worked to our benefit. Why are we still getting finished using powers? We don't have any more powers to use. Isn't that what's going on here? Yeah, okay. Wop. Wop. Boink. Wop. Wop. Yes. Okay. So now we've got 2 earned fear cards, which means we might want to think about this. I think we can safely put it like here. This is sort of a stronghold for us. This is definitely a stronghold for us. Oh, except they're exploring into wetlands. Hold on. I can't go back. Yeah, I could. Okay. If they're exploring into wetlands, then let's not be just so quite incredibly loose. Let's put them places that they aren't going to immediately be problematic. There we go. Okay. The number of explorers that survived that ravage have now become annoying, but what can we do? Raging Storm here is one thing we could do. That would be fun. So we're going to need to reclaim here, presumably. We've got 4 card plays and 1 card, so gain power card, gain energy doesn't seem great. We're going to have 6 energy. Entwined Power only costs 2. Everything else is cheap. Makes me tempted to get another major. Let's think. So we're getting Ravaged in Sands, and it's bad. Also makes me tempted to get a major. Because we don't even have to play Entwined Power this turn. We don't get to fast anything this turn unless we yet again reclaim on Lightning, which I don't love the idea of. I would really like to double grow into this. Though, I don't know, we've sort of gotten to the point where Lightning's getting growth off of Gift of Proliferation, and all we're really missing out on is a couple of energy. Like, we're not even really missing out on energy because, like, we get an energy from doing this. So there's no huge downside to reclaiming every turn to make things fast. Let's get a major. So we could fast to Mists of Oblivion. Also worth noting is Stem the Flow of Fresh Water does 1 damage to everything in a desert. Doesn't really help anywhere except here, which is too bad. But, I mean, it sort of helps. You know, the problem is we could get targeting on this, right? Well, we can't add our free presence here, so we can't get targeting on this with this. Ugh. With Entwined Power, we could. With Entwined Power, we could. No, because we could do something really convoluted with, like, Entwined Power plus Gift of Proliferation, but we don't have enough energy to do that plus Mists of Oblivion. So Mists of Oblivion isn't looking great. Trees and Stones, Seek of War, and Infinite Vitality both have a green, which is nice. Trees and Stones is range 1. We could target it because we could just put a presence here. We're going to get our free... We haven't gotten our free growth yet. So Infinite Vitality we couldn't target here unless... No, we just couldn't target here. We could target Infinite Vitality here, but it's less exciting. Trees and Stones. So Trees and Stones would do defense 4, 2 damage, which would be enough here. It would, in fact, clear the place. Well, it's hard to argue with that. Let's... yeah, it's not getting any better than that. None of these affect more than 1 land. What do we get rid of? Fields choked with growth. Pretty marginal. Let's get rid of it. It is a source of blue, which we need to get our defense, but we have several other good sources of blue as well, so I'm not too concerned. Nothing to do but this. We have 4 card plays. We definitely want to play Trees and Stones because Trees and Stones here will be great. We presumably want to play Entwined Power because it gives us a blue and is just generally sort of awesome. Encompassing Mort is not going to do anything this turn, so we're not into that. This will probably do something good. I imagine we can come up with something good to do with this. Actually, with Entwined Power, this would have to be fast to do very much, but we can do something good with it. It's slow. Enticing Splendor is another good option. I'd like to kick this. Oh, we're already kicking this. But kicking this requires us to play 2 blue, to get 2 blue, and the only difficulty of that, like, so we're doing that. So Enticing Splendor could bail us out here. We could just drag the house out, which is probably useful. We actually have enough blight to give that we could just let them blight us here and be okay with that. The other option is we could Gift of Proliferation on the grounds that it's not clear we're going to have anything very useful to do here. We could do 1 damage to every invader here. So we could do 2 damage to every invader here, which would leave us 1 damage short. But with no one having presence there, here or here, but with no one having presence there to let us target, it wouldn't work. But actually, so, but then creepers would have to be made fast, which means we'd have to reclaim over here. Oh, wait. If we're 1 damage short, we could just get 1 damage with Call to Bloodshed, which is probably easier than anything else we're going to do. Yeah, okay. So we could still Rift of Proliferation, though. But we don't... Oh, but we can just blow this up for free. So maybe we want to gift... I think we're probably just better off using Enticing Splendor, though, just because maybe we want to gather some Dahan, too. It'd be nice... We need to get up to 6 Dahan, which is going to be an ask. I guess we could gather Dahan with Enticing Splendor and then cause them to do damage. But we'll think about the third thing here. Here, I think we're in good enough shape this turn that we can afford to... I sort of want to... What does this do? Gathers into a land without invaders. It's a bit of a tall order. There are not a lot of lands like that. Maybe we should just reclaim and gain again. We sort of want to be able to move more, because if we could move more Dahan, then we could just get some real, we could do some real damage with making this thing fast. And we just get a lot more fast damage if we... Oh, we need to... If we're going to do... Yeah, okay, we just need to make them fast every turn is basically what's happening. Let's get another minor. None with air and fire. These are all bad. I'm going to get a major next time, so it doesn't really matter. Let's get sap on the grounds that once we get, like, infinite card plays, maybe we'll end up using it. We could use it, actually, this turn. We could use it this turn. Yeah, because we can target it here because of the Entwined power. Seems fine. Okay. So... And since we have 4 card plays, we could get Thundering Destruction for a village anyway, which we'd like to do here. So we want Raging Storm. We want Call to Bloodshed. We need a fire-air one, probably Harbingers. And then we could sap here, which would save us from a blight. So, like, that seems pretty good. And then what we'd be talking about is... I think I should probably do gift, just so we can get some of this onto the board. So what we're talking about here is, well, Thundering Destruction here. Can we make enough stuff fast? I mean... Oh, right. Entwined power. I think we'll gain minors again. So this is what Lightning Swift Strike is getting. These are good cards. We want one with air. So we'll do... Yeah, and we want Nature's Resilience on spread, so we'll do that. Okay. Do we want to swap any powers around? Well, that's sort of interesting. Encompassing Ward might be just as good on... No, because it doesn't have an air. No, I don't think so. I don't think we do. Yeah, okay. I think I could maybe use the power trading stuff better, but it's just... I find it... I mean, I've used it in the past. I don't know. So... We used one... Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. This doesn't work at all. Oh no, and I can't go back because I gained the powers. Screwed it up. I didn't play Lightning Spoon. Well, I mean, we'll just have to figure out what to do. Do you want to call to Isolation instead of Entrancing Apparitions? I don't think so. Entrancing Apparitions is so good. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so So in that case, I mean, we're still doing this. This is worth thinking about at some point. Oh, we have defend 4 off of this. So, like, sort of doesn't... So, but we only get one more... We only get to fast one more thing. So, what we're probably going to end up doing is defending here, and then we'll Harbingers into here. And then we're going to be one short. I mean, I guess we could... So we could fast Harbingers into here, fast Harbingers into here, or we could Raging Storm here and then defend it. But I think actually we're okay getting Blighted here, and we'd rather just kill more stuff. So we'll do that, and then we can't make anything else. Oh, then we can't make anything else fast. Ugh. I guess the other option is this wastes the defend 4 too, which is not... I mean, that's okay. I guess I can't roll back far enough to undo this either. I should have thought a little bit more. I think it's okay. I mean, well, Raging Storming it slow is so much worse. So much worse. Like, we could Raging Storm here and just get all those guys. And it would kill less stuff in here, but we're going to want these Dahan here anyway. Yeah, let's just do this. All-enveloping green doesn't do anything, but that's okay. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Proliferate. We could just get the 5th card play. Feels kind of... Well, I mean, we've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 cards. Have enough energy to play them. Would that get us 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, I mean, it would get us 5, 5, 2. Geez, that's challenging. It wouldn't get us we're missing an orange, so it wouldn't get us like, we couldn't max this, but it'd get close and we could get it in the future. Let's do that. Let's do that. That sounds like fun. Put it here. I've seen worse. I think I want to allow them to build there. We're going to Encompassing Ward, and that just gives us free fear coastal lands. Okay. Not a lot of coastal wetlands, but there's one, and clearing it out will be good. Oh, it's within one of a place of power. Yeah, okay. So we could do this pretty much anywhere we want. Annoyingly, clearing out everything here would not... We could call the Bloodshed here and blow up this building with stem. And then this would get auto-cleared next turn by a... Well, I think we want to Harbinger into here because we want to try to set up for this ritual at some point in our lives. Oh, we get to do 2 with this alone, but, well, that means we could use the other one to sort of want to clear this entirely. Are we going to have a random point of damage we can put there? Not really. We could use this to gather some Dahan, actually, instead of... Oh, we could... Huh. Could we Ritual now? We could Ritual now. We could Ritual now. We're 1 card away from a fear card, so I don't think we want to do that. Oh, we could get it, though. Huh. So, we could do this. We could gather 3 Dahan into here. We could perform the Ritual of Terror. We would lose all of our presence here. We would pay some energy we don't care about. This is not going to do anything. We get 3 fear cards. I guess there's no reason to do it now. we could just do it at fast. We could just do it at fast next turn. I guess the reason to do it now is that we get to see what the fear cards did before we locked in our powers for next turn. That actually means something. Now, doing the ritual would push everyone off of here, which is kind of awkward because I sort of want them to fight here. So if we're looking good for the Ravage next turn, we could think about doing the ritual at slow next turn. That actually looks pretty good to me. Let's plan to do that. Let's plan to do that, and then whatever. Yeah, okay. We will not perform the Ritual of Terror now. Okay. We're going to do it soon. 3 fear cards is good. We want to get to the point where we have to, where we're at least at level 2, but assume we just want to reclaim and gain here. We're pretty much fine for this turn. 2 defense is going to be enough here and here. Leaving only here is somewhere we're going to get Ravaged, and our innate power will take care of it. So we could actually do... We should do gain power card, gain energy, and gain... I mean, then we don't get to get a... and gain a major. And we'll plan to replace, like, Stem, probably, or Gift. And then over here, we should definitely double grow this turn, because we're going to lose some presence to the ritual. And we want to get these places of power established, and then we just play everything. I don't know what it's going to do, but I want to assume something good. We probably won't completely clear this in the Ravage the way it stands right now, but, I mean, we could gather 1 Explorer out of it, and then we would. Actually, that'd be fine. So we'll gain a power card and an energy. With 7, spending 2, we will definitely get a major. Wrap has got to be... Wrap just feels like the kind of thing one really wants in the Rituals of Terror situation, because gathering up to 3 Dahan and then moving 5 anywhere you want is very good for setting up for the ritual. I mean, I guess the other option is we could get a fast Accelerated Rot this turn, targeting... Wow, Accelerated Rot. Would we get everything? We'd get everything. We'd do 9 damage and remove a Blight from a jungle or wetland. It's like way more than we need. We'd just be talking about targeting here, but I mean, it would completely clear this. But, well, it'd clear it as opposed to just... This is close. Wrap is really good, but Rot is like... God, Rot that you can make fast on... This just seems great. Let's just do this. And then we'll get rid of Gift, probably. I don't think we need to go any further up these tracks. It'd be fine, but we don't need to. And I'm going to add 1 here so that we can lose only green presence if we want, since it's pretty easy to... Well, I mean, it's not as easy to replace because we got rid of all our stuff that does it, but we'll see. We're probably just going to use this to remove a Blight from somewhere, which is pretty nice. We're in pretty good shape here, I believe. You know, we're about to start hitting 3s, which is bad, but we're just not in very much trouble. I mean, like, we have our pick of ways to be okay this turn. I guess since this is a kicked Accelerated Rot, what we should really be doing is gathering, like, kicked fast Accelerated Rot here makes me want to gather things into it, but probably better off like gathering this guy out of here in order to so this could gather 2 Explorers if no invaders were present. So like we could blow up everything here and then gather 2 Explorers into it, which would be sort of funny. That would cause us to clear this place out, which is good, but it would prevent us from clearing this place out, which seems sort of like a side grade. Probably the right thing to do, sadly, is just to gather this into here before wiping it. It doesn't feel great, but that does result in 2... except we don't really... Well, I mean, we're going to clear this either way. I guess our other option is we could gather things into here and then wipe it. And so, like, because we have Lore of the Unknown. No, that gathers into lands without invaders. So the only gather we really have is Enticing Splendor. Though, if we wipe this, actually... Oh, that's pretty funny. Okay, so what we can do is we can gather this into here, and then we can use Accelerated Rot to clear it all out. And then we can gather... We can use Lore of the Unknown to gather this thing into it where it will die in the Ravage. Which is pretty funny. So, Entrancing Apparitions, we could then use to pull some people into here. They're not ravaging here this turn, but it would prevent a build here. I mean, it seems like value. We could also kill some of the guys with Purifying Flame if we feel like it, but... we want to shatter some homesteads. What's this? Ooh, we can destroy a city. Okay, let's destroy a city in a place where we're going to get ravaged next turn. That does not completely resolve our issues there for next turn, but it certainly helps. Let's remove the Blight here just in case we can't defend it. And then... Oh, hold on. Maybe we want to... We might want to... What does Purifying Flame do? 1 damage per Blight, or if I target a Mountain or Sands, I can remove a Blight. Huh, maybe I'll just remove the Blight here. I don't think clearing 1 Explorer is going to be all that impressive. I'll just clean up some Blight. That's pretty good. And then, do we care about this Defend 4? Not really. Alright. I mean, we might as well do it somewhere. Okay. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I would describe this as a game that is looking pretty good. You know, we're going to have a meaningful Ravage next turn. Like, there's stuff going on. But this... There's an argument to be made that what I wanted... So I definitely want to perform the Ritual of Terror now. There's an argument to be made, side note, that... let's spend 2 here, 1 here, probably. Sounds scientific. Get rid of this. This. Okay. So each player chooses a different land. In chosen lands, gather up to 2 Dahan, then 1 damage if Dahan are present. So we might as well clear out this Explorer. And then this Explorer is just going to die in the Coastal Lands Ravage, so we don't care about that. We should clear out this Explorer. That seems good. Invaders do not build in lands where... Yeah, see, that doesn't do anything, which is too bad. Yeah, so that's the... I guess that's the problem with doing the... That's the problem with doing the Ritual of Terror. It's slow. Which I should have thought about. I should have done it fast next turn. Yeah, I should have done it fast next turn. It didn't occur to me that all those defense cards are just useless, whereas they would have been quite good if I'd done it fast next turn. But... Oh, well. I don't have any more powers to use, right? No. Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. I should have thought about that more. That might have actually... I don't think it cost me the game or anything, but it definitely cost me. I mean, like, now I'm in a much worse place than I should be. We're just going to reclaim both places because we're out of cards. Okay, so let's see. We could blank this with spending a presence if we feel like it. We're getting a minor with Spread of Rampant Green. We just don't have enough. We're going to get up to 5 energy, but like we're just going to get a minor. Voracious Growth probably just because the elements are good. Yeah, I guess. It's fine. None of these are great. And then presumably we're going to get a minor up here too. I guess we don't have any majors up here yet, and we've got some sort of questionable cards. Let's get a major with Lightning Swift Strike. Winds. Winds is great. Winds is great. Let's take Winds. The land thrashes in Furious Pain technically makes it more likely that I can use these nutso fire abilities, but it's not likely to matter. I do want to get rid of something that doesn't have fire on it, though, for winds, just sort of for value. Entrancing Apparitions seems like it's probably something I'm glad to be rid of here. Yeah. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay. And so let's place this here on the grounds that we might want to blanket. So currently we're getting ravaged here and everywhere over here. I mean, a fast accelerated rot would take care of this, which would be cool. This is just going to take care of itself. Let's see. So winds would take care of something. Sap is quite good here, although can we target it well? Yeah, it's range 1, so we can target here. Sapping here would be fine. We can target here out of here. Winds can target anywhere, so like that does that and that. And then we could do like a fast accelerated rot here. There aren't a lot of Dahan here, so that would be fine. Lightning's Boon, and then we do accelerated rot, and then and then they're still here. Jeez. I mean, we could just take a blight there. It's not like it really matters. Oh, but hold on. Hold on. The other option is, yeah, I mean, we've got targeting on I think accelerated rot is probably not important this turn. Yeah, I mean, defense 6 would be enough there. And then Trees and Stone Speed of War is enough there. So, yeah. And then we wins there. So then we don't need Lightning's Boon. And instead what we'd sort of like to do is get some Dahan into here to fight, which we could do with Harbingers. We're not going to get... Oh, we have 5 card plays, actually. So we could get the 3-2 version of this with this setup. Should be fine. We'd do, like, Lore of the Unknown, and... Where are they building? Sands and Wetlands. We could, like, Raging Storm to get that. Oh, we really want to clear these sands if we can, though, because... Clearing the sands would be... But Lore of the Unknown can get one out of there, which would then clear it. Yeah, so we could do like this. Use all of our energy, but we'd be quite good. That seems good. So we'll do that there. And then... So 2 green, 2 earth, 2 sun. So if we just play another sun card, we could kick Trees and Stones. Does that help? Not particularly. Well, where are we Trees and Stones? In here? It would let us clear out more stuff here at the expense of clearing out less stuff here. Sort of want to do this. And then if I want to kick that, I need to play another water card. So like this. This seems probably good. We're a little low on energy, but next turn we can get burst energy off of certainly here. And oh, and we're going to get energy from Entwined Power. Yeah, okay, fine. So Trees and Stones here, blow up this. It's not kicked, but I don't want it to be. Raging Storm here. Winds of Rust and Atrophy here is fine. Why can't I use this? Oh, I got kicked winds. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Hold on. That means we don't actually need to sap, but it's also like, So we don't need to sap, but we can't really afford to play anything other than sap, which sucks, unless we don't play Raging Storm. What if we don't play Raging Storm? Can we prevent a build with, like, something else? Can we could we do... I guess Shatter Homesteads effectively prevents a build because it just blows up the thing they build there. And then we could, like, call the bloodshed. And then the advantage of this is we get the 4/3 and can blow up a city, which doesn't... I mean, it gets the benefit of blowing up a city. It seems like it's probably better. I mean, we'll be able to win this fight or blanket pretty easily, so it seems fine. Okay, so in that case, we wins here. Oh, but now we don't get the... Never mind. Never mind. We'll go back to the original plan. So the problem here being that the we lose the wind's kick if we don't play sap anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's fine. I mean, it sort of sucks, but I mean, it means we... Yeah, whatever. It's not worth it. We'll just play more wins because it generates more fear, and that's fine. Is this push? Yeah, okay. In they go. We're going to clear that whole place out. That's pretty great. We would like to clear this whole place to prevent a build, which means we need the Lore of the Unknown, like one random dude into not there, because then they'll just build there. So instead we'll pull them into here. That seems fine. Do some entwined power. Get some miners. Sure, get some miners. Gift of Constancy. Ooh, Land of Haunts and Embers is terrible, but it has the right elements, so we'll take it. And then Gift of Power is not terrible, although it's kind of redundant, but again, it has the right elements, so we'll take it. We don't want to trade anything still, right? Yeah. Yeah. I guess... No. I guess if we don't recall here, we end up playing all of our cards, so maybe we end up... No, there's nothing I want to trade. There's... Yeah, okay. We can still do Thundering Destruction at fast if we want. I don't think we particularly want. Wow. For having an automatic defend 4, we really aren't getting much use out of it. We are so over-defended this turn. I think we're better off using it to destroy something that gets built. Sure, we could blow up the village here, but it's kind of pointless. I mean, we're fine in terms of defense. Yeah, we're going to wait on Thundering Destruction. Just blow up something they build. We should probably be... looking to get these... The real reason to kick this, which I didn't think about, was that we should be looking to get these Dahan back together because we are on sort of a clock to actually win the game, and I think in order to win the game, we're going to have to ritual again. We might not, but we're not really clearing everything out in Ravages, so, you know. We're probably just going to Encompassing Ward next turn. I guess not really, because we're only going to have problems in deserts, and we don't have any presence in deserts. Let's just blow this up and not think about it too much. Wait, hold on. Because we actually have 2 damage, so we could just blow this up with this. So I guess we should do that. And then we could blow up, like, a village here or something. Sure. So currently we're getting ravaged in sands, and they're only gonna and wetlands, but the wetlands are empty. Any sands we clear out, we won't have to worry about next turn. Yeah, so the problem is there are only 2 exploration cards left, but there are almost no buildings left on the map either, and this one is living on borrowed time until we bother to target it with Accelerated Rot. Does that mean we could win this turn? We could probably win this turn. So, Is there any reason not to reclaim here? I mean, we could Presence Energy and get a 6th card play we couldn't use, or Presence and get a whole bunch of extra energy we couldn't use. That seems like no reason not to reclaim. We might as well get... So where are we at? So this we could blow up in the Ravage, assuming we get at least one Dahan in here, which we could do pretty easily. These two we need to blow up non-interactively. This we could blow up in the Ravage. This we could blow up with Accelerated Rot. But, like, as long as we play Shatter Homesteads and trigger our thing, we can blow up both of these. Accelerated Rot gets this. We need to make it fast, but that's easy. Then we try to get this and this in the Ravage, and we almost certainly can. We need to get one more Dahan in here and one more Dahan in here, which means we need 2 separate Dahan moving powers, but we've got some Dahan moving powers. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're fine. I think we just win on the board here. We want to make sure we can target things okay, I guess. But we've got, what's the targeting on this? 1 from a place of power, which is fine. Yep. And then, yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine. So, doesn't really matter what we get with this. I guess we'll get a major because it's cool. Sure, whatever. Blazing Renewal. Blazing Renewal's cool. Target Spread of Rampant Green with Blazing Renewal. That sounds like fun. Or Power Storm. Power Storm is so... Oh, Power Storm on Lightning is unreasonable. We'll do that. Get rid of Lands of Haunts and Embers because I hate it. Get rid of Sap because it's a defense and we've got... Yeah, whatever. And then we'll get a minor with Spread of Rampant Green because I don't really want to think about it too much because we just win here. So we have to play this. We have to play... Jeez, so many cards. Lightning's Boon. So this combo takes care of this. We want to gather Dahan, so we'll play the thing that lets us gather Dahan. We need to actually win these Ravages, which means we need some level of defense, presumably. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit of defense. We can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 isn't enough there. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of the defense card over here. I don't think it really matters. If we do like Winds and... How many card plays do we have? 5? Yeah. Harbinger, because we need Dahan and it's free. Power Storm because it's fun. Power Storm is definitely going to be... Like we could Power Storm Winds. Although... We need Winds. No, we'd need a lot of... We could Power Storm Winds and that would give us the defense in both places. Okay, seems fine. And we're going to have enough to kick Power Storm, like, heavily. So that's fine. We'll play this, because it has good elements. I think that's already enough. I guess we need, no, we don't need defense, actually. Yeah, no, nothing matters. We've reached the nothing matters portion of probably 2020, but certainly this Spirit Island game. So, and this is a kicked Power Storm too, right? No, because it doesn't matter, but no, because there wasn't more yellow, but who cares? Okay, so fast Accelerated Rot. Is it kicked? Does it matter? Doesn't matter. Okay, so that takes care of that. Then we have, we needed to play, hold on, we needed to play, did we need to play Shatter Homesteads and didn't? So we can't do Power Storm, is that right? Well, we could gather this one into here, and if we gathered this one into here, we could potentially kill it in the... we can just Voracious Growth. Oh no, it can only target jungles or wetlands. Son of a... Oh, wait, can we do this? No. Darn it. Do we have to reconsider? Oh, but hold on, we're on Defend... No, this is Defend 4. Oh, but Defend 4 is enough there. Okay, so, yeah, what we... Hold on. Go back. I forgot we needed... Power Storm's sweet, but we need Shatter Homesteads instead. Okay, So, Lightning Spoon, Accelerated Rot, Defend 4 here is enough, and then Harbingers of Lightning pushes these into here, so that'll die in the Ravage. Shatter Homesteads here, Thundering Destruction here, Winds of Rust and Atrophy here. Oh, that means we don't even have to get another Dahan in here, because it's just going to kill that thing in the Ravage, but we might as well. So, oh, we can't actually get another. Yeah, we can. We can. What? Oh, it's range 0. Whatever. So we can't get another Dahan in there, and that's fine. Where are they going to try to build? Sands and mountains. So just in case we somehow mess up, we'll prevent some builds. I don't think we messed up. I think we're just going to win, but there's still one Blight on the island. Unlucky. Yay! Okay, we didn't quite manage to remove all the Blight from the island, but we were victorious. So anyway, that's Rituals of Terror. As was requested. Feels to me like it doesn't really deserve +3 difficulty level. Like that was Prussia 4 on Rituals of Terror, which in theory is difficulty 11, whereas Prussia 6 is difficulty 10. I would give myself, I think my chances of beating Prussia 4 Rituals of Terror are significantly higher than my chances of beating Prussia 6. Like, I'm not sure how I'd do against Prussia 6 with this particular team, and that was pretty much a stomp, I would say. I mean, it wasn't unfun. One of the great things about Spirit Island is I find it fun even if you end up winning pretty handily. There's always interesting stuff to think about and optimize and things like that, but that felt pretty easy. Spread of Rampant Green is a very powerful spirit in general, and it's especially a powerful spirit when you need to be able to put presence in various places as this scenario calls for, but we also barely engaged with this scenario. I'm not convinced that... I mean, I guess we had to engage with it that one time in order to get the terror level to 2 so that we could actually win the game. But in terms of the benefits of engaging with it, right? Like, we didn't benefit from getting to hold all those level 1 cards for level 2. Now, part of that's because I did the ritual at the wrong time, but we also didn't need it. You know, if we'd done the ritual at the right time, we actually would have gotten a lot of benefit from all those level 2s, so, like, fair enough. But that really just speaks to the fact that the scenario should have made it even easier than it was if I'd played it correctly. I think it's an interesting scenario. I think it's not... I'd never played it before, which I think I forgot to say. But I don't think it'll be one that I go back to a lot. It doesn't feel like one of my favorites of them, just because it feels like if you don't play any spirit that can... It feels like this difficulty 3 is really heavily influenced by the spirits that you bring. You know, if you bring Spread of Rampant Green plus Thunder Speaker, this scenario might make things easier because it's so easy to get to do the ritual, and like that means your first few fear cards are more effective, and if you stabilize, you can just jam the ritual to win very quickly, whereas otherwise you've got to sort of wait and set stuff up. Maybe easier is a little strong word, but like meanwhile, if you try to play something like Team Fear, like if you try to play like Ocean plus Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares, this scenario is probably going to be close to impossible because both of them have some amount of trouble managing their presence to get it all in one place. They hate losing the presence. They're not great at moving Dahan around. The Ocean isn't even allowed to get presence on inland land, so you have to set it up in a coastal land, and then, hilariously enough, you're required to drown some Dahan because you have to push them all evenly as possible among adjacent lands, which means you have to push some into the ocean where they die. Like, that just feels impossible. So, like, to me, it feels like I'm more likely to play different scenarios because they bring more balanced challenges to the game. But it's cool to have tried it out. One of the things that's great about Spirit Island is there's so much content, especially on the tabletop game now when you have 2 expansions, that, like, there's always new stuff to try out and explore. And like I said, even if it turns out to be pretty easy, it's still fun to think about. So I'm glad I tried it. Anyway, that is Rituals of Terror. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.